What happens when you're at fault for an auto claim? Well, basically by law, we all need to carry liability insurance. We need to be either the name insured on the policy or a permissible driver. We need to have coverage under that liability coverage for that specific vehicle. So that's law. I always recommend carrying comp and collision, because the collision coverage is what you'll need to go through to get your vehicle repaired, because you're at fault for the claim. The other person has a choice. They can go through their own insurance, pay their deductible. Hopefully they have a small deductible. They pay that. Or there are some insurance companies that will call me, your claim handler, say, hey, does so-and-so have coverage as an enforce? I'll say yes. They'll say, have you accepted liability? I will say, yes, for the property damage I have. They'll be like, great. What we'll do is we won't charge the deductible. We'll send the subro demand to you once the vehicle repairs are done, and then we'll resolve it that way. Great. And I say, hey, do you mind if I have your insured's contact information? They generally say, no, we don't have permission to give out that contact information. But the claimant calls me. I'm just sitting at my desk doing my work. I say, hey, can you tell me a little bit about what happened for, just for my documentation? Are you injured? They say, yes, I'm injured. Horribly injured. Pain is unbearable. I want money. Okay. Well, at this point, I will need to get your information to report to Medicare. That's a law. I have to do that. And then we'll talk about what's going on with you. Are you seeking treatment? Do you want to go ahead and just resolve it? I do have the authority to resolve your bodily injury claim now. I've taken a look at the claim photos. I've seen the damage to your vehicle. It's pretty severe. So let's say that we'll do $1,000. I will send you out a bodily injury release. When you sign it, I will send you out the money. Well, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm like, okay, well, you say you're in a lot of pain, but you haven't sought treatment. Is that correct? Well, I did go to the emergency room. Oh, okay. Do you have any records, or do you have that bill, or did they give you any paperwork just so I can verify that you went? Yes. So I get that by email. I look at it. It's just normal ER records. I take a look, and I look for pre-existing conditions. What kind of medication were they given? Did they get an x-ray? Did they get an MRI? All that kind of good stuff. I go to ISO claims on the internet, check the databases real quick to see if our insured, the claimant is has made bodily injury claims before that are open. Has he been in 5 accidents in the past 2 years, and all of them he's been hurt in the same place? Is there a special investigation unit investigation open? Looking into fraud, all that kind of good stuff. I call him back. I say, thank you. I see that the ER records state that the medical bills are $2,500 for your ER visit and for the x-ray. I would like to offer you today. I can go ahead and resolve your claim. I did take a look at the medical records. Doctor said that, you were in some pain. They sent you home with some pain medication, that there's nothing serious. The x-rays look good. There's no permanent damage, soft tissue only. So let's just do the deal for $5K. I'll send you out the bodily injury release. That'll pay your medical bills. That if you want to go get a couple chiros, you can. And then that will also pay you for your pain and suffering. So I have to understand, as a claim handler, $5K is a lot of money to people. It's life-changing. To me, it's not. I deal with, large sums all the time. So they say yes. And I said, well, let me just verify on the police report here. It says that you're, You were the only person in the vehicle. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, great. Okay. So I sent out the form. So I've resolved the BI for 5K. That's all resolved. He's going through his own insurance. They're going to, after the car repairs are complete, then they'll send it to their subrogation department. The subrogation department will send me a demand. I'll look at it, make sure everything's reasonable, and then issue a check directly to the insurance company. They have waived their insurance deductible because I have told them that I consider that we're going to be at fault for the property damage for the claim. And what happens to you? Well, you pay your deductible, you get your car repaired, and then everything gets resolved. Parts of the claim close down. I've closed down bodily injury. I'm waiting to close down their property damage. Your property damage is being reviewed, and we're going through that process. You'll pick up your car when it's ready, and that'll be easy peasy. So let's talk about a little bit more complicated case. So let's say that you don't have insurance. You have decided to get into a vehicle that the owner has not insured, or you're not a permissible driver, or you're driving in some way that's excluded from the policy, like driving for work or something. So the reason that we have insurance is because private citizens normally cannot pay for a sudden emergency to pay for somebody else's damages save cost. So the insurance company will call me. They will go, hey, what's going on with this? I'm like, well, there's no coverage. They haven't paid their bills. They're an excluded driver. I'm issuing them a denial letter. There was no coverage on the vehicle at the time. They were driving in some way that was excluded on the policy. I'll send you a copy. And as far as I'm concerned as a claim handler, the deal's done. I close my claim, I go on. The subrogation department will contact you directly because they want to get paid. You caused negligence, your negligence caused damage. They want to get paid. They're insured. Will probably have to pay his deductible. And then that'll be part of the subrogation package they'll send to you. They can do all kinds of fun stuff to you, like garnish your wages, file suit, call you, ask you to pay. You may be able to negotiate. Some companies will, some companies won't. But you're basically on the hook. There's no other way to say it. And then for the bodily injury part, the claimant attorney will contact you and say, hey, I'm going to send you a demand. My client is injured because of your negligence. You have no insurance. I've done a quick asset check on you. You have a house, you have cars, you have property, and we'll just file suit if you're not going to pay. So there are many reasons that it's good to have insurance. I've gone over a few. So basically that's what happens. The premiums that you pay every month are to have an experienced claim handler negotiate your claim. We handle the property damage. We handle the other person's property damage. We handle the other person's bodily injury. You say, hey, I'm injured too. So I take a look at your policy. You have PIP, MedPay. You go through them and, you get your medical bills paid. If you don't have that coverage, you don't get them paid. You have to go either through your health insurance or some other means. So anyway, that's basically the process when you're at fault for the accident. Hope this is helpful. Subscribe, 1,000 viewers. I'll do a live stream. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.